One of my clients is making $20,000 a month with his online course. And that means every month at least 20 people give him $1,000 without booking a sales call, so they don't even see his face, they just give him money. But the truth is that you can't do this. It's not possible, at least for now. There is 2 or 3 steps before this that you have to do to get to this point, and I will show you those exact steps right now. So the number 1 step is that you have to help people. You probably heard this a ton of times, and this is not even the first step, this is like the 0 step, but you have to help people go from point A to point B. That's the whole goal. You help people go from here to here, and that is whatever that you do or whatever that you have done yourself, and now you are teaching people to do the same. The main thing is that you have to be knowledgeable in something to the point where you can teach others how to do the same thing and get to the same position as you are. But again, you probably heard this 1,000 times, so let's get into the more detailed part of this process. The number 2 step. You have to coach and teach people one-to-one. You and the student. And you are like, now, okay, but how can I teach 20 people for at least $1,000 a month? And how can I, like, without sales calls as well? No, you can't. That's not the point. Right here, it's a different goal. The goal here is to be able to generate the same results that you have yourself. So for example, another client of mine is a guitar teacher. So for him, this example would be, can you get somebody, a person, one-to-one, you and them on the call? Can you get them to learn to play the guitar? Can they get to the point where they know how to play the guitar with you teaching them one-to-one? If you can't do this, you can't generate the same results as yourself for somebody into a one-to-one coaching scenario where you text them, where you have calls with them, or even meetings with them, then you can't go forward. You can only go forward if this step is done. How to get people who want to be coached by you? Imagine this. This is you. You look amazing, by the way. To be able to coach people, you have to have eyeballs on you. People have to know you exist in order to buy from you. But that's not enough to know that you exist, because I know a lot of people who exist and I don't want to buy coaching from them. So the next logical step is to just have these people get some of the results that you have, just help them with problems, give them solutions. So these people think like, oh, this guy helped me a lot, and I have another problem that this guy says that he can solve, so I will give him money so this guy helps me solve my problem. Now, how do you get the eyeballs? Social media. As you know, I'm a big YouTube guy. I have 350 million views on YouTube. It's the hardest platform, but the most rewarding one. But it can be LinkedIn, it can be Instagram, it can be TikTok. Where are those people who you want to help? Are they on Instagram? Are they on YouTube? Are they on TikTok? You have to think about this. But these eyeballs are not the point of the video. Our point is getting to this. So let's say you help people, you have one-to-one coaching, and you generated the same results as yourself for somebody in one-to-one coaching. Now this will surprise you, but you have to do it again. You have to have 2, 3, 4 people who you get the same result as yourself, because there is something called unfair advantages. A lot of people have unfair advantages which can help them get to the same point, and you get this guy to the same point, but you can't get somebody else to the same point because your first client had an unfair advantages. Let me tell you an example so it's easier to understand. So let's say again you are teaching guitar and you are in this one-to-one coaching place, and you watch this video and you are like, okay, I have somebody I can teach, and you teach them how to play the guitar and they get the same results as you, so you're like happy. But you forgot to mention that the person you taught to play the guitar has a father who was a pro guitarist. And that's a completely unfair advantage. So now if you have somebody who didn't have a father who played the guitar, you're now like screwed, because you have to start from the basics and you can't start from the basics. And this is just one example, but you get the point. You have to get 3, 4 people results in order to understand, okay, my process works. Because in this period, you will build a process that you know works on anyone. You will know that every single person I teach, I have to teach them how to hold the guitar first. I have to teach them this song first, because this will teach them a lot, and then this song, and then that song. So you will have a process of teaching people. But when you're teaching the 3rd or 4th people, you have to look for something. You are looking for patterns. Same things that happen in all of your clients' learning journey. So let's go to another niche, another client of mine who is teaching dropshipping, for example. Now, if you are teaching dropshipping in one-to-one coaching and you realize like, every single new person that I teach, the first lesson is always how to set up Shopify. So every single student of yours, first question is, how do I set up my Shopify? Then what you can do, and now here comes the magic, instead of telling every single one of your students how to set up Shopify one by one, just one-to-one coaching this, telling him, one-to-one coaching this, telling him. You can record a video, and in the video you can talk about how to do it, and now you don't have to talk about it anymore. You just have to send this video to the students, and they can watch it and they can ask questions about it. It's still value because they can still ask questions that they probably did not understand. They have problems. They couldn't register. They can send you, I couldn't register. What is the mistakes? And you can tell them, hey, this is the mistake. But now you don't have to tell them every single time to click here, do this, do that. You have a video and you can send it to more of your students. And you can just look at these patterns and just turn these patterns into videos. And now we are getting closer and closer to this point where you don't have to actually teach because you already have the trainings and already have the footage to teach people. You just have to give support in chats. So you just help them in chats if they don't understand something. And this is good as well. So let's take this for example. If you create a video about how to set up a Shopify shop, and a lot of people ask the same questions, then you're like, okay, in this video I didn't talk about this, so maybe just add this question to the video, and now when you send it to a new student, he will be like, he won't have this question because you already added the question in this video. And this way you are already making money with one-to-one coaching, which is probably the best type of coaching to get the best results, and the course is building itself. Because in this case, you are building a course that actually helps people get the results that we want. And when a lot of people buy a course and get the results, other people will see this and they will buy it. They will be more confident to buy it. They will trust you more because they have seen these people get the results. And they only got the results because you have done it right. You have solved real problems of the audience. When you have been doing something for so long, you may forget what was the problems in the beginning. I was a coach for video editors, but I have been editing videos for so long, since I was 9 years old, so it's more than 10 years. I forgot what was the main problems. So I had to have some of one-to-one coaching to understand, oh shit, so you don't know this? Like, I'm telling you, okay, this is what to do, like this is your number one task, but I forgot that my student may not even know something that is needed for a task. I can tell him, okay, first task, cut a short, add subtitles, but if they don't know how to cut, how can they add subtitles? How can they create the videos? So if you have been in the game for a long time, you may forget what were your problems in the beginning. And if you want the actual natural progression here, then you can go to step 3, which is group coaching. You are not paying attention to every single student of your one-to-one. You are just taking like 5, 10 people in one group and teaching them as if they were the one-to-one coaching guys. So instead of taking on a call with one person, you are taking a call with 10 people. This will mean that they will get less personalized information because they are on a call with 9 other people and not just with you. But this is a great test for knowing if your processes work. If you have done it yourself, that's the first step. You have done it for somebody else, that's the second step. You have done it for 3, 4 other people, that's the third step. And the fourth step is doing it for 10 people together. And if you can do this, then it's 100% that you have done it right. It's 100% that you have a process that anyone can take and achieve the results if they put in the work necessary. And now you can come and just create the course. And this course will talk about everything that you know, every test that you have done, every questions that you have got. Just put everything together into one course. You can even update it later on, but the point is all your knowledge is in videos and anybody can buy it and they just can watch it and they know what to do. And if you're like my client who got to this point where he can take an online course without sales calls and people actually buy it every single month and he's making 20k with it, and those people are leaving student reviews, they are like, hey, this helped me a ton, hey, this helped me do this, hey, I achieved this result, then you still can't sit back and be like, oh, I made the course, because you still have to update it, you still have to stay in the game because new things happen, new metas come, so you have to update it, but it's now much less work. And I have created 4 or more courses, and this was always my process. Figuring out how to do one-to-one. Sometimes I left out the group coaching because it's just to validate more your processes, but it's not very needed. This is the exact best way to do it, but group coaching may not be needed if you very sure that you can do it to any one-to-one coaching person, and then create a course. And now you have a setup where you can sell one-to-one coaching and course as well. Course only is a lower amount of money, one-to-one coaching is a lot of amount of money, and you can also add this to the offer. So you have two offers right now. You can one-to-one coach with the course, so they get a lot of information, but they can ask from you, they can get on calls with you, or they just get the course for one type of money. They get some type of support because you still want to get them results, but it's just two different offers, and one making you a lot of ton of money and one is just bringing you money even when you are sleeping. So if you want to make money with information, with your knowledge, just check the link in the description and it will take you there.